Welcome to this how-to video walkthrough on upgrading a Tandberg C-Series codec. This video walkthrough is brought to you by First Connections, the video communications company. Now, before upgrading a Tandberg C-Series codec, you'll need to ensure that you have two things. Firstly, you'll need the latest version of firmware, and secondly, you'll need the latest release key for that version of firmware. Now, it's worth noting that if upgrading from a minor release, i.e. from TC 3.1 to TC 3.2, you do not require a new release key between the two upgrades, as it's only a minor release. However, if you're upgrading from TC 3.1 to TC 4.1, this is classed as a major release and will require a new release key. As long as you have a valid service agreement with First Connections, you'll be able to obtain this information from the First Connections support team. Now, in order to get this information from the support team, you'll need to let us know that you'd want to upgrade your system and also give us the serial number of your system. The easiest way to find the serial number is to open up a web interface, browse to the IP address of your codec, enter your username and password. Now, by default, the username is admin and the password is Tandberg in capital letters. However, if you have changed this, it is whatever password you've specified. Once you've logged into your codec, you'll see the system information screen. And on the system information screen, you can obtain the serial number of your codec, as shown here. Now, the easiest way to request a release key from our support team is to generate an email to our support team. Open up a new email, send an email to support@firstconnections.co.uk, and request that you'd like to upgrade your video conferencing system and that you'd like the associated release key. Paste the serial number of your codec into the email and hit send. Once we've received your email, we will reply with a download location of the latest version of firmware and also the release key that's required to upgrade. You'll also find a step-by-step guide and a video tutorial on how to perform the upgrade. Click the download link to download the latest version of firmware, and these are approximately around 200 odd megabytes in size, so it will take a few moments to download. Once you have downloaded the latest version of firmware, to upgrade the codec, go back to your web interface and click on the upgrade software link on the left hand side. Now, from here you'll see a simple upgrade box here with the browse button. If you hit the browse button and then browse to the location where you've saved the latest version of firmware. Once you are ready, you can click the upgrade button and this will then start to send the latest version of firmware to your codec. Now, it does take a little time to upload the firmware as it is over 200 megabytes in size, so please be patient. The upgrade process takes around 6 minutes and will reboot the codec once it's finished, which will also take an additional 2 minutes to reboot. Please remember not to navigate away from the web browser while you are waiting for the upgrade to perform. At this stage of the upgrade process, the web browser is just simply pushing the latest firmware version to the codec. So if you're looking at the screen of your codec, you'll notice that not much is appearing on the screen. This is perfectly normal and you shouldn't be alarmed. Now remember to remain patient. It may look like this is not upgrading properly, but this is the case. Now at this stage you should see something appear on the video conferencing codec itself. It should look very similar to this. Again, this part of the upgrade process can be time consuming. Please be patient and wait for the whole process to complete successfully before navigating away from your web browser or rebooting the codec. You'll see on the screen now that the system is rebooting, and it does take a while for the system to reboot, so please be patient once again. Now whilst the codec is rebooting, you should notice that if you have a camera attached, it will move into its default position. And now your codec has rebooted. It will be running the very latest version of firmware that you've just uploaded to it. Now the upgrade procedure has not finished just yet, as depending on what version of firmware you have just upgraded to, we may need to apply the release key as well. So log straight back into the web interface and navigate to the upgrade software link on the left hand side as before. Now this time you want to copy and paste the release key from the email into this box here. Copy from the email, paste it into here, and then click the add button. You'll then be requested to reboot the system for a second time. If you click reboot now, and the system will once again go through its boot process, which again takes another 2 or 3 minutes. Once the system is rebooted, you will then be on the very latest version of firmware as per the upgrade guide. I hope you have enjoyed this how-to guide. Please visit us again for further guides. Thank you.